Welcome to Entrepreneurs Are Leaders podcast with Harry Sardinas. Interviews with world's most influential entrepreneurs that share tips about how to grow your business exponentially. Charismatic speaking, leadership, branding, marketing strategies designed to help you monetize your knowledge, find true happiness, and manifest your goals and dreams.
Welcome to Entrepreneurs Are Leaders, and today we have Azmeh with her story, and the topic today is going to be 5 steps how you rise up when you lose more than one family member. So, Azmeh, tell us, what are the 5 steps to go through this process and to find peace with yourself?
Well, losing a family member is something everybody experiences sometime in their life because, death is something that happens to everybody and you can never plan for it. And it's always, many times, it's a surprise. It's never welcome news. And so when we lose someone, the first thing that people feel is you cannot believe it, even though it is news, even a day later, a week later, a month later. In my case, even more than a year later, every morning I wake up and it is still a surprise. And it is not a good surprise. So that's the first thing we have to cope with, I guess, acceptance. You have to accept that this is someone you love very much, someone who completed you, but they are gone. One way maybe to accept is to think, if the family member was very old, if they were in pain, if they were suffering, then we think that they have relief. And that is better than them being alive and me seeing them every day just because it makes me feel good. You love them more than yourself. Mm-hmm. That's one way you can try to accept that they are gone. Another way to accept it is, in the span of time, in how old the earth is and how old the stars are and how old everything is, our lives are very short. Whether your life is 5 minutes, like my daughter's life, or whether your life is 100 years, like 105, like my auntie's life, in the cosmological span of time, our lives are very momentary. Very much a minute, nothing more. So we should take comfort in the fact that someone lived at all. That is the magic. It doesn't matter for how long. That is also one way of maybe finding acceptance about someone who's gone. And another way of coping with the loss is to do something beautiful in memory of your family member. Maybe donate to a charity they liked. Maybe help someone in some way. Maybe do a good deed. Maybe bake a nice cake. I don't know. Something that would have your family member's memory. You decorate it. Like in Indian culture, in many cultures, you have a photograph of the departed person and then you decorate it with flowers or incense. It's a way to decorate memories. And that is also a way of carrying on after a family member is gone. So there would be acceptance, decoration, or celebration about the family member. And another step to handle the loss of your family member is to remember that their going has left something less in you. So you allow yourself to heal yourself by being kind to yourself. Mm-hmm. And when you do that, automatically, that puts you in a better state. Because again, it's sort of like in the memory of them. Your loved family member would want to do something nice for you. So again, in loving yourself, you are doing something that is good for their memory. And then I guess another step would be to try and reach out to other family members who are damaged and help them heal also, because everybody heals at a different speed. Everybody has a different style and a different way of healing. Some people like to talk about it. Some people like to cry about it. Other people never want to talk about it. Everybody has a different way. It is also about when someone dies, it is like, we are all like a jigsaw puzzle. When someone dies, it's like a piece of the puzzle is missing. So you have to find things to fill that hole. And maybe to do that and to become complete again because they are gone, you need to find ways to make your family members complete also. I know that when I lost my brother and nephew, everybody in my family reacted in a different way. My elder son doesn't like to talk about it. They say I've accepted it, it's fine, I understand, I've moved on. For my younger son, he suffers with it every day, like I do sometimes. Like I say, every day it is a surprise. Every day you have to adapt to it again. So, and for my husband, he had to just leave everything and go away somewhere because it was too much for him to cope with. So everybody copes with grief in different ways. And understanding that grief has damaged our living family members is also one way of coping with grief and going beyond it. One of the ways I cope with it is I wrote poems about my brother and my nephew. And there were many poems that I wrote because they went missing on the Submersible. I started writing poems from the 16th of June, 2023. And the poems went on, they're still going on. The last poem is on the anniversary of the disaster. So that would be 18th June, 2024. And I put those poems together in a book here, which is published by Olympia Publishers. It's called In the Wake of the Titan.
Mm-hmm.
And it has got 51 poems about, grief, loss, and how to turn pain into beauty. Because that's all we can do. The pain that we have when we lose someone, the pain that we have just in anything in life, the pain when we have when we get a bill, the pain when we have when somebody sees us and they go, oh, you're looking a bit ill, or you're looking a bit fat, or whatever, the pain that we have about anything, how to turn pain into beauty, how to take shit and grow flowers.
Yeah, and I think that the especially this accident that happened to your brother and your nephew, is it was all over the news when last year when the submarine went down to try to explode the Titanic. Yeah. So it was five people, and then the submarine imploded, and there were 5 people inside the submarine, and one of them was your brother and your nephew. And it was your brother and your nephew there. So how do you took the news? Because I think that that news you find out by the TV, right? That's how you find out.
But no, I found out that they were on the Submersible when somebody sent me a message that they were on the Submersible, and then that was because around.
You hear the news that the accident happened, but you didn't know that they were inside that submersible, right?
No, I knew they were inside there. I knew from the 18th of June they were inside the submersible. When it first went missing, somebody messaged me that the submersible that your brother and nephew are on has gone missing. So then I immediately logged on to the net and I started watching the news. And then for 96 hours, for 4 days, they were being looked for. Everybody was looking for them and counting about the oxygen running out. So for 4 days, there were people looking for them, and there was hope that they would be found. But later, James Cameron, in an interview, said, I knew immediately that something had gone wrong, everything was finished. My younger son, who's kind of a scientist, he also said, when we first heard about it, they're not coming back. But the whole world hoped for 96 hours, and I hoped for 96 hours because hoping they were alive was easier than knowing they were dead.
Hmm.
And then on the 22nd of June, it was confirmed that that Odysseus 6 had found debris just a little bit further from the Titan, just a few hundred meters from the Titan. They found the tail comb. And now there's a court case going on in South Carolina against Ocean Gate for wrongful death. Shirley P.H. Najle's daughter is behind that. And I am also part of the team that are suing Ocean Gate for wrongful death of my brother and nephew.
Hmm. Yeah. So, and in the end, because do they know what happened, or still it's they have different theories?
What happened, Harry, was that Stockton Rush made the submersible out of carbon fiber. You don't make submersibles that go to that depth out of carbon fiber. Titanium is the material that's used. Famously, and you can see this clip anywhere on YouTube, Stockton Rush saying, there are rules, you don't take carbon fiber to the bottom of the ocean. Those are the rules, I broke them. That's what he did. He put a submarine made of glass down at that pressure point, and it was too much pressure for the glass to take. That's why also he didn't get certified. Later, now there are videos showing everything. He said he worked with the University of Washington, with NASA, with Boeing. Each one of those companies has disavowed that their involvement with the building of the Titan was absolutely minimal and basically just advisory. No, it was not linked in any way. They were not working with NASA or with the University of Washington or with Boeing. So it was basically designed to just, do something that was not really possible for it to do. And they did a few successful dives. I think they did 13 successful dives, but that was including the older version, which was the Cyclops. With the Titan, this was the third dive. It's logged as dive number 88 because there were so many unsuccessful dives when it had to abort the mission and come up. And there are many other passengers that reported cracking sounds and all kinds of things happening. It was an accident waiting to happen, and it happened.
Unfortunately. So I want to number one, to acknowledge you for being so brave and to share the story. I think that everyone heals in a different way, and I think that the more you talk about it and the more you release that pain, the more you and your family members will find peace with that accident that sometimes happens, unfortunately. And the way I want to acknowledge you also for writing the book.
Thank you.
And your book might help a lot of people that can be grieving and dealing with grief, which is something really, really challenging. Really, really challenging. One of the toughest things that can happen in life, especially if it's a young family member or a brother, so close. So more people that they are in your situation will resonate with your message, and definitely will resonate with the poems in your book. So where can they find the book? if they want to get it?
It's published by Olympia Publishers. So you can get it from the Olympia Publishers website, or you can get it from Amazon.
Follow us for more on charismatic speaking, leadership, exponential business growth, branding, marketing, strategies designed to help you monetize your knowledge, find true happiness, and manifest your goals and dreams.